Hey guys, Magnus here, bringing you another level where I can't actually pronounce any of the characters' names. Anyway, yeah, this is a new level idea for, so this is part, I think 13 now. So there's a lot of parts I've done so far, and plus I did the French one and the Passover one, and the 4th of July extended event idea. So I have done quite a lot. But whatever. Anyway, so yeah, let's get into this part. So my first idea is Llewellyn Sinclair with ugly. So yeah, and Dr. John J. Loren Prior edit. Yeah, the edit bits from the wiki, because I couldn't remember his name for 130 donuts. So yeah, there's pretty two cool characters. For obviously, I think the first guy, the guy with the little devil hair cut, he's a waiter, so I thought, ugly being a restaurant, it'd make perfect sense for him to be there. So yeah, that's his excuse. And then obviously the school physicist, Dr. Loren. So yeah, let's go on to the tasks. This guy's a really snotty person. So the tasks include being annoying for 60 minutes, just him sort of judging things, with his shaking his finger around and that. Dine at Pimento Grove for 4 hours. Crush children's dreams for 6 hours over by the school. Waiter at Truffles for 12 hours over by Gillard Truffle. I think that's actually where we see him, in the Gillard Truffle. I'm not too sure, it might be the Pimento Grove, but either way, it's one of those two. And then waiter at Ugly for 24 hours. And then for the school visitors, we have talk with the Simpsons about Bart for 60 minutes over by the Simpsons house. Talk to Lisa for 4 hours over also by the Simpsons house. Help students for 6 hours over by the school. Dine at Ugly for 12 hours. I thought I'd just throw that in there, seeing as Ugly's included in this level, or at least I think it should be, or at least it could be included in this level. And it's just something, they sort of need to be linked somehow, and maybe he gets the guy the top has troubles with being annoying to people. And then we have control the mental patients for 24 hours over by Calmwood Mental Institution, because these are physicists and all, so okay. So yeah, let's get on to the next level, the level 2, or the second level I came up with. The next building is the executive building, which actually should have been a part with the nuclear power plant, right from the start of the game. For some reason, they never really included the executives building. But nevertheless, I think they should actually add it in, because it's a pretty big building. It's part of the nuclear power plant, and yeah, it should come with Larry Burns or Charlie, or both. It'd be better if both of them came with it, because they could add 2 characters in, or if one, on that level, one of those characters was Donuts and one actually came with the executive buildings. But obviously Larry Burns is Mr. Burns' son, and Charlie is just one of the employees, but a very famous employee who's been, in a lot of episodes. Then Dim Willies, I think they should just throw that in there, because it's, it's just one of those cool things. And then Stuart the Duck. Now, the only reason I have Stuart the Duck is I remember I watched this episode, well, not as a kid, but when I was younger, with Stuart the Duck in it, and I was sort of a bit obsessed with Stuart the Duck. I was like, oh, Stuart the Duck's my favourite character. So that's the only reason I want him to be added in, because he's a pretty cool duck. I think he should, be carrying around that little nuclear waste, just walking around your town carrying the little nuclear waste, and when you tap him, he just runs. I think that'd be so cool. So yeah, enough with Stuart the Duck. Let's get on to the tasks for Larry and Charlie. Charlie's and tasks should include internet date for 60 minutes over by the Java server. Hang out with Lenny for 4 hours, just him walking around Lenny and him sort of acting confused. Hang out with Carl for six hours. Just here, same sort of thing, walking around with Carl instead. Drink at Moe's for 8 hours over by Moe's. Get lost in Springfield. Now this one was just one I threw in randomly, because I'm not too familiar with the character Charlie, so I just thought he looked a bit like one of those guys who would get lost, or he could be just be a complete smart arse, but that's what I've just sort of thrown in, not really a permanent one. I couldn't really think of anything else. And shift a plant for 24 hours, obviously the basic one. And then for Larry Burns, try and hitch a ride for 60 minutes. Just be sort of with his please pick me up in your car sort of signy. We saw him within the episode. Shift at Dimwillies for 2 hours. I thought they should just throw that in there. Maybe have in the quest line have him sort of do some shifts at Dimwillies because he doesn't like the power plant. Learn new stuff for 4 hours over by probably the reactor, the cooling towers or something like that. Spend time with Father for 6 hours over by the mansion with Mr. Burns. Sell fruit for 12 hours, just him going around trying to sell fruit, and then shift at the plant for 24 hours. So yeah, let's get on to our third and final level, which is actually a Krustyland update, which I think they should do. This Krustyland sort of could actually be a whole, like, massive update, like, or it could just be one single level, but I think the main thing was going to be Praiseland. I think they should really add that in, because it's something which, you know, I don't know, it was sort of a really memorable episode, and I think they should just sort of maybe, like, throw, like, enclosed, you know, like the Santa's Village and the Krusty Lou Studios is, like, sort of like, it's, like, sort of sized down and then put in. I think they should probably do it as one massive attraction, you know, not like get all the rides, because I know there was some really pretty memorable rides, but I think they should just do it as one thing, really, because it's Krustyland, it's not Praiseland, so they need to sort of sort out a bit. Obviously, they've got some itchy and scratchy things there, so I think they should add things from different theme parks, because I think it's better to put it all in Krustyland, because it's why put it in Springfield when you've got a theme park. It's my idea. So yeah, all the itchy and scratchy rides most likely should be put in there eventually, like I did, like I'm going to do next episode, because I got a lot of Krustyland levels what I think they should do. Now, the only reason I think it should come with Mod's Ghost is because Mod's Ghost is a big character. Obviously, Praiseland is thing for Mod will made after, you know, she sort of dies and Ned feels like he needs to make it. So yeah, and I know she sort of came with the Gypsy Shop. She didn't actually, because a few tasks out, but it's only when it was a limited time for Halloween, as she most likely will be coming back next Halloween. But I think they should add her as a permanent character, because she is such a big character, really, even though she does die. Permanent character, her ghost as a permanent character. And then also the ticket booth bomb for 95 donuts, something that you can just throw in there and it will be cool, and you can do more than one. And then every time you click it, the guy sort of just comes, the guy you can see in the ticket booth now, just like sort of comes and like gives you tickets or something, or puts his wine out, because I remember, yeah, he puts wine out on the table, remember that. Disgruntled goat for 70 donuts, and just a mascot that walks around like the Itchy and Scratchy. They could probably make, I know it was just a teddy bear, but they will be able to make it into a mascot. They did it with Itchy and Scratchy. And then Captain Dinosaur's pirate ripoff for 95000 tickets. Yeah, another cool, pretty looking thing. Maybe this will actually include the Sea Captain coming in to our Krustyland, because we've actually had Sherry and Terry obviously coming to Krustyland lately, and Lou and Eddie, and that's pretty cool. And I think they should probably eventually have everyone sort of come into Krustyland, but they do it gradually. But yeah, I think they should probably add, obviously this will add, oh, Ned's already a part of it, but yeah, it will add, maybe, yeah, Rod and Todd, there you go, another two people they can add into this. So yeah, that's this building and that. But yeah, the tasks for Mod, for this is the Krustyland tasks anyway, not the actual in-gate, you know, the level, the Springfield tasks, as they're already out. Spend time with Ned on the Krusty Wheel for 6 mins, with obviously Ned. Welcome Tooth Chipper victims to the afterlife. This will be just a joke, you know, obviously, because obviously people were meant to die on the tooth. Well, I think one person nearly died on the Tooth Chipper or something like that. There was a mention of that anyway. Haunt the whole park for 6 hours, just her with that Haunt Springfield animation going around Krustyland instead. Pretend to be a dead pirate for 8 hours over by the Captain, the pirate ride thing. That was the last that you just saw before. Haunt the haunted house for 12 hours over by the haunted house, and watch over Praiseland for 24 hours over by Praiseland. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this sort of Krustyland update. Next one will just be focused on just Krustyland things they should add. So it's all going to be Krustyland next episode, and probably the episode after that will be a bit more in Krustyland. So yeah, I do have a lot of ideas for Krustyland which they should add, which aren't things that are already on the Krustyland map that was released ages ago. So that's pretty much it, yeah. So thanks for watching, guys. Please comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you next video. Bye bye.